So one of the shows you worked on is Amazing Interiors.
Yeah.
And I remember you telling me a really good story about producing an episode with, is it the Nigerian artist?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And you had to go through a lot of effort producing that. I just want to know, when you see how do you recognize a good story in factual and when it's worth the resources and the work?
Yeah. Yeah. I would not go that caught me by surprise. That is an extreme of how far you can go, especially by chasing a story, recognizing a story being a good story. Sorry. So simply put, we were casting, and the whole idea that we were trying to kind of cast worldwide, and we were looking for someone who for the interior design show, obviously the premise of the show is just we're looking for someone to transform a space, to make a space look beautiful and to become aspiration for people. Now there's a lot of people that can go to school, they can study about interior design and become a very good interior designers. However, we found, and through my career working on a number of other property shows prior to that, I found that like the best people or the best characters are the people that maybe come from a different different education or different kind of background. They're not necessarily interior designers. They could be artists, they could be musicians, they could be actors, and they have a different approach to interior design. Or when put in, let's say, if they allocate them the tools to become interior designers, they'll have a very fresh approach to interior design. So this was a very hard pitch, as you can, it was a very, very hard pitch to my exec at the time to bet on me and spend a lot of money and allow me to go to Nigeria to meet with this person, and all the kind of intricacies in between, and eventually film with this artist transform a space. So there's a few things that captivated me first. First, his art, his method of art, and what he speaks about, what he stands for. And I know we can go into kind of in depth about it, but like his art was very, very visual. This can be recognized just by looking at his post or his social media presence, his online presence. Equally, reading articles and reading some of his interviews, where is this coming from? You can see that this is not just he's not just a trained, artist who's just, turning cash, taking commissions and looking for the cash. No, he comes from a very kind of hidden culture, I guess. I guess this is it. You can go through a rabbit hole and kind of find too much about these people, but then you just have to simplify it. He comes from a family of artists from Benin City, which is in Nigeria, in the middle of Nigeria. And Benin, for a long, long time, especially in Africa, used to be known as a very much kind of cultural place, one of the most cultural places in Africa. Benin being, I think, well, there's a lot of kind of history there with art. And then a lot of the art that he was exposing, now bringing to the Western world, was kind of deriving from Benin. All his inspiration was coming from Benin. So I just had like those two nuances, is like his motivation and his, his approach. And his approach was an extremely modern and visual way to his motivation, and connecting those two together for me just kind of, look, this is an authentic artist that I can put my money on, that he's gonna come through and deliver, and he truly delivered.